Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Zikri Alfurqan, and right now I will explain about my essay, To Find the Way, my creative journey in writing the poem The Road Between Knowing and Letting Go. So first is the overview of this essay. The first one is the creative process, and then inspiration from Gluck's Crossroads, then how the original text shaped the poem, innovation and creativity, similarities and differences, and different in figurative language. First one is the creative process, the starting point. So the poem began with an emotional state, the ache of standing at a crossroads without a clear answer, formless yet persistent. His feelings was the raw material. Then learning from Gluck, reading Louis Gluck's Crossroads taught that difficult feeling need not to be expressed with grand language. Resistant silence and a single precise image can carry immense weight. Then shaping their structure. Five stanzas, each a distinct psychological stage, arrival, self-questioning, historical comfort, and with freedom, and finally the act of stepping forward. Next is the inspiration from Gluck's Crossroads. So the first one is the emotional paralysis. The poem captures being caught between two states without fully inhabiting either. This resonates with the experience of indecision so heavy become paralysis. Poetic restraints, Gluck presents and suggests rather than explains, trusting the reader to feel into the poem. It's become a guiding principle, show, don't tell. Then Hannah's resolution. Grox refuses artificial epiphanies. The speaker moves forward not from certainty, but because standing still has grown unbearable. That is truer kind of courage. Then what makes the poem distinctly his own? Yeah, distinctly my own. So the crow, an original symbol figure, the crow lands on a signpost without signs till it heads and lifts off with careless grace. The speaker invites its ease of motion unburdened by overknowing. Then the sensory world, unlike Gluck's minimalist interior landscape, this poem builds a visible texture scene, amber-like shadow run between past trees heavy with knowledge and lantern at the roadside corner. The narrative arc, five stanzas from a clear small drama, arrival, internal questioning, historical consolation, and freedom and forward motion. The sequence reflects how humans actually choose not through illumination but through accumulated will. Signpost without signs, a monument of failure of guidance, placing Crow there suggests that wisdom often arrives not in reliable forms, but as a glimpse of motion from a creature that simply moves. Next is the similarities and differences between my poem and Louis Gluck's poem. The similarities is both poems navigate proven life uncertainty without offering easy resolution, both use natural imagery and externalize internal psychological experience, and neither ends with the speaker having arrived, both end with the act of choosing to continue. The differences is Gluck's metaphysical threshold, soul and body of death, and my poem is Earthly Crossroad, a human decision in life. Gluck's compressed images take a cumulative of impression, while my poem is sequential narrative arc with clear beginning, middle, and end. Gluck abstract suggestion, and my poem is concrete, science-specific, figurative language, visible and felt before interpreted. And then the differences in figurative language. So the rain, Gluck's implied or woven into atmosphere through restraint and implication, while my implication of the rain is falling as if the sky could not decide, and the weather is given an interior life explicitly. The lantern, Gluck's symbol arrived quietly, almost as fact rather than figure. Mine not bright enough to guide, but just bright enough to remind. The distinction is stated, the meaning trusted to the reader. The crow. Glock symbolic objects remain quiet, embedded in texture, not foregrounded, and mine is it lands, tilts its head, rises, departs, present creates meaning through actions. The journey as discovery. This is the conclusion. The poem as process. Writing the poem was not merely the record of a discovery, it was the act of discovery itself. The meaning arrived through writing, not before it. Crossroads showed how poetry can honor complexity without simplifying it, and how uncertainty can itself become a form of courage. The poet's own voice, the crow, the lantern, the signpost without signs, the five stanzas are the image from a student's own way, seeing uncertainty from the inside. And that's it, everyone, from me. Thank you very much for listening and watching.